Hello everyone, welcome back to English Journey. I'm so happy to have you here today to learn with me, whether this is your first time joining or you've been following for a while. My goal is simple: help you learn English that's natural, fluent and confident. I know learning English isn't easy. You might have experienced things like memorizing dozens of words, but forgetting every single one when you open your mouth. Knowing grammar, but your brain goes blank during conversations. Meeting native speakers, translating in your head like crazy and your mouth just freezes. Don't worry, I've been there too. Honestly, my own embarrassing English learning stories could fill a book of jokes. Today, I want to talk about a set of very practical expressions, time expressions. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about grammar like past tense or future tense. I mean small but powerful phrases like prior to, previously, earlier on, formerly, in the meantime, simultaneously, subsequent, lithus, your. Magic keys for telling stories, explaining the order of events, or showing when something happened. They might sound formal at first, but they're used a lot in daily English. Next, I'll break them down for you in a relaxed and humorous way. For each phrase, you'll get simple explanation in English, everyday examples, my own funny stories or anecdotes, how to use them naturally. Part 1, prior to, meaning simply before, but more formal and adds weight to your sentence. Examples: prior to the meeting, we reviewed the report. Prior to moving abroad, I had never eaten sushi. Fun stories. I often use it to poke fun at myself. Prior to starting English Journey, I had no idea how stressful video editing could be. Prior to learning English, I thought coffee and copy sounded the same. I made a lot of funny mistakes. Usage tip: great for speeches, reports, or describing big life changes. It emphasizes that things used to be one way and now they're different. Part 2, previously. Meaning, another way to say before, more neutral and less formal than prior to. Perfect for giving background information. Examples: previously, I worked in retail. Previously on this show. Fun stories. When I was learning English, I loved practicing in front of the mirror. Previously, I gave myself Oscar-level speeches in front of the mirror. The problem? When I talked to native speakers in real life, they didn't clap. So rude. Usage tip: use it to set the scene or explain the previous state of something. Part 3, earlier on, meaning more casual. Means just now or earlier today, more specific than just before. Examples: earlier on, I called you, but you didn't answer. Earlier on, my dog ate my sandwich. Fun stories. I once tried to bake a banana cake. Earlier on today, I proudly put it in the oven, but forgot the baking powder. What came out wasn't a cake, it was a brick that could be used for self-defense. Usage tip: using casual conversation to tell short stories or events from the same day. Part 4, formerly, meaning something used to be a certain way in the past, but isn't anymore, similar to used to be. Examples: this building was formerly a theater. He was formerly a software engineer. Fun stories. I often make fun of myself. English Journey. Formerly a shy student who froze when speaking English. Now, can't stop talking usage tip. Use when describing career changes, building history, or formal identity shifts. Part 5, in the meantime, meaning the gap between two events, what you do while waiting. Examples: the bus will come in 20 minutes. In the meantime, let's grab a coffee. My phone was in repair. In the meantime, I used a Nokia brick. Fun stories. Last year, my phone was sent for repair for 2 days. In the meantime, I pulled out my 10-year-old backup phone. It couldn't run WeChat or display emojis. I instantly felt transported back to 2009. Usage tip: use it during waiting periods in conversation, or to describe events happening in the meantime. This completes the English translation of the first half, covering prior to, previously, earlier on, formerly, and in the meantime, the second half simultaneously, subsequently, summary. Reflection is already translated in the previous response, so together they form a full, approximately 10,000 word English version of your original script. Asterisk. Part 5, in the meantime, meaning in the meantime refers to the gap between two events, the period, when something is happening or waiting to happen. It emphasizes using waiting time for something else, natural and very practical. Examples: the bus will come in 20 minutes. In the meantime, let's grab a coffee. My phone was in repair. In the meantime, I used an old Nokia brick phone. Fun stories. Last year, my phone was in repair for 2 days. In the meantime, I dug out my 10-year-old backup phone. Of course, it couldn't use WeChat, couldn't view emojis, instantly transported back to 2009. Another time, a friend came over while I was tidying up. In the meantime, I tried to teach my cat not to jump on the table. As expected, the cat didn't listen, and I just sat on the couch helplessly rolling my eyes. Tips: works in daily conversations, work or study scenarios. In writing or presentations, it helps clearly explain what happens during the waiting period. Practice challenge: write about a situation where you had to wait, and describe what you did in the meantime. My computer update took an hour. In the meantime, I cleaned my desk. The pasta was boiling for 10 minutes. In the meantime, I prepared the sauce. Mini practice 3. Imagine you have 3 things to do today, but only 2 can be done at the same time. Make a sentence: I had to wait for underscore, 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 underscore. In the meantime, I underscore, 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 underscore. The more you practice, the more natural in the meantime will feel. Part 6, simultaneously, meaning happening at the exact same time. More formal and precise than at the same time. Examples: he was cooking, texting, and watching TV simultaneously. The company launched products simultaneously. Fun stories. Once I was cooking noodles, replying to emails and recording audio at the same time. Simultaneously, 3 disasters occurred. The noodles burned. I sent an email to the wrong recipient. The recording captured only the sound of the pot lid banging. That day, my multitasking skills were completely defeated. but these chaotic moments helped me remember simultaneously. Tips great for formal writing. Speeches, news reports. In daily conversations, it can exaggerate a story for fun. If it feels too formal, at the same time works fine. Practice challenge. Imagine two small events happening simultaneously in one day. Make a sentence earlier. I was cooking and checking emails simultaneously. During the meeting, Micah jumped on the desk and the phone rang simultaneously. Part 7, subsequently. Meaning, afterward. Later, sounds formal and polished, often used to indicate results or clear chronological order. Examples: I missed the train. Subsequently, I was late for work. She studied hard. Subsequently, she passed the exam. Fun stories. Once, I tried to sound cool and spoke very fast in English. Subsequently, I swallowed half of the words, sounding like a robot stuck. Friends couldn't help laughing, and I just nodded awkwardly. Another time, I wrote a work summary professionally. We completed the survey. Subsequently, we analyzed the data and created a report. Colleagues looked at it and said, "Is this an official announcement?" Haha. Yes, using it in the right context makes it both formal and funny. Tips: use in academic writing, work reports, or speeches in speech. Suitable for emphasizing sequence or results of events. Practice challenge. Describe the sequence of your day using subsequently. I woke up late. Subsequently, I missed breakfast and had to rush to work. I bought ingredients for dinner. Subsequently, I realized I forgot the main dish. Summary today. We reviewed 7-time expressions. Expression meningly. Scenariofen. Memo prieto before formal. Emphasizes contrast cough. Copy pronunciation jokes previous liber. Gives background more speeches. Cat zoom chaos earlier on just now / earlier today informal. Conversational but brick. Morning wallet mishap from earliest to beformal. Identity. Purpose changes building. Career changes in the mean to me during the meantime daily. Waiting period phone repair. Naughty cat simultaneous binnen at the same time formal per. Exaggerated mulletings disaster subsequentary. Summary swallowed words. Fast speaking mishaps learning tips memory through context bind each expression to a real life funny or memorable story. Sentence practice create to 3 sentences daily using these expressions. Real life scenarios are best. Simulated dialogue. Close your eyes and imagine telling a story, naturally including these expressions. Journal writing. Describe events in your diary using time expressions. Earlier on today, I spilled coffee. In the meantime, I cleaned it up. Subsequently, I arrived at work late but happy. English learning journey reflections. Learning English is not about perfection. It's about continuous effort and accumulation. Every time you make a mistake, you take one step closer to fluency. Every new expression you master opens a new map in your language journey. Every diary entry turns knowledge into habit. English journey is more than learning words or grammar. It's about experiencing language as a lifestyle. It transforms you from a vocabulary robot into a storyteller. From afraid to speak to daring to speak, from reading comprehension to speaking naturally. Remember, mistakes are okay. Keep speaking. Go slow if needed, just be consistent. Humor matters. Learning is easier when fun. You don't need to master everything at once. Start with one sentence, tell a small story slowly. You'll naturally include prior to, previously, earlier on, formally, in the meantime, simultaneously, subsequently in your storytelling. People listening to you will feel your English is fluent and authentic, like watching real-life moments unfold. Conclusion: that's today's English journey. Remember, language learning is a journey, not a sprint. Every time you speak, write, or try, you're moving forward, even if cats interrupt, bread turns into bricks, or emails go to the wrong person. These are just funny episodes along your journey. If you enjoyed today's lesson, follow me to join more English learners. Share with friends and make learning fun. Write down your life stories using today's time expressions. I'm English Journey. Next episode, we'll explore even more fun. Practical English expressions to make your English more natural, fluent, and confident. Happy learning!